Have you ever noticed how your wife lies turned toward the wall, taking a quiet breath while you've already fallen asleep, sincerely believing you've done everything right and given your best? Yet, without you realizing it, in that exact moment, something else may begin to stir within her, a sense of dissatisfaction, emptiness, or even a quiet, unspoken disappointment. Many men mistake a woman's outward calm for inner harmony. They interpret her silence as agreement and assume her neutral responses reflect genuine contentment. But in reality, there is a significant difference between these things, a difference that is often realized far too late. Over time, a concerning awareness begins to emerge about how dangerous this misunderstanding can be, because within every woman there is a much deeper space, something that goes beyond physical closeness. It is her inner world, her true self, a place where she can fully open up, let go of control, and trust a man on an entirely different level. Reaching that level, however, requires sincerity, patience, and respect. If a man truly wants to be more than just a partner to his wife, if he wants to become the person closest to her, the most meaningful and irreplaceable, then he must understand that this is not about strength, speed, or mechanical actions. It's about a deep, almost invisible dialogue with her feelings, her emotions, and even her body. True closeness begins when rushing comes to an end and attention to small details takes its place. Even the simplest gestures, small acts of care, or genuine interest can slowly transform the atmosphere of a relationship, creating a sense of safety and trust. It's also important to understand that over time, especially as years pass, the way a woman experiences closeness evolves. What once felt sufficient may no longer carry the same depth. She becomes less responsive to surface-level interactions and increasingly needs emotional depth, meaningful engagement, and the feeling of being truly understood. This is where many men make the same mistake. They continue behaving the same way as before without realizing that her needs have changed. As a result, a distance begins to form, one that cannot be bridged without awareness and a wiser approach. Real intimacy is a process that takes time. It does not begin with action, but with attention, the ability to notice her mood, her reactions, her breathing, and her emotional state in the moment. Then comes a phase of calm and stability, where distractions fade away and a natural rhythm begins to form, allowing her to relax and feel safe. Only after that does a unique shift occur, where initiative naturally moves toward her, while the man stops trying to control and instead truly begins to feel. At this point, it is no longer just interaction. It becomes something like a dance, where what matters is not technique, but harmony, not control, but trust. Many men who have been married for years eventually realize that this kind of approach can deeply transform their relationship. Some hear sincere words of appreciation from their wives for the first time in a long while. Others begin to see a spark in her eyes that had once faded. And some finally experience a level of closeness that had never existed before. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is the result of awareness, attentiveness, and a willingness to keep learning. And this is where the true secret lies. Intimacy is not about physical ability. It is about depth of understanding. It's about respecting your partner's feelings, practicing patience, and learning to be present, not just physically, but emotionally. If you've read this far, it means that within you, there is already a desire to be more than just a man standing beside her. You want to be someone who makes her feel alive, desired, accepted, and truly happy. And that is the foundation of a deep relationship, one that doesn't fade over time, but instead grows stronger with it.